Paul Heyman's unexpected return to SmackDown startled WWE fans, but his affiliation with CM Punk was what really rocked the wrestling community. In a shocking turn of events, Punk not only joined Roman Reigns' bloodline but also launched an attack against Solo Sikoa's side. Reports have now emerged that show the true cause of these events, and Roman Reigns is not pleased with the repercussions. Fans hadn't seen Paul Heyman in the WWE for 5 long months. When he last appeared on TV, Solo Sikoa and the other members of the Bloodline attacked him, pushed him through a table, and drove him away in an ambulance. His absence raised questions about his future in the WWE, particularly in light of the recent unrest with Roman Reigns and his faction. In the meantime, CM Punk had also been missing from WWE shows for a spell. The last time fans saw him was during the Bad Blood pay-per-view, where he defeated Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. Punk disappeared from television after that incident, and there was conjecture as to whether he would ever make a comeback. The scene was created for SmackDown's pivotal build-up to the forthcoming Survivor Series War Games bout on November 22, 2024. The fact that Roman Reigns, the Bloodline's leader, had only 4 men left to take on Solo Sikoa's 5-man squad presented a serious challenge as the match approached. Reigns was under pressure to select the 5th player for his War Games squad. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn talked about potential individuals to join them backstage. Cody Rhodes was clearly out of the running, though, as Reigns dismissed him with the remark, "Cody Rhodes is old news," even though they had already formed a short-lived partnership only months prior. This statement exacerbated the already existing hostility between the two. Reigns also dismissed the notion of including Seth Rollins, despite the fact that the plot made sense considering Rollins' continuous conflict with Bronson Reed, a crucial member of Solo's squad. With just 4 men in his corner and no obvious 5th member to cover the void, it seemed like Reigns was running out of choices as the War Games bout approached. Roman's bloodline was dealing with a more serious problem as time was running out and emotions were rising. The faction's hostility was heightened by Solo Sikoa's explicit desire for Reigns to give up and acknowledge defeat. Reigns remained steadfast, assuring his team that they would just go out there with just 4 men and disregard the notion of a 5th member since there was no obvious remedy in sight. Paul Heyman then made a spectacular comeback just when Roman appeared to have run out of choices. As Heyman stepped onto the stage, the crowd roared, excited to hear his words. His return was shrouded in mystery, with many speculating about Heyman's potential contribution to the developing drama. Heyman didn't waste any time in telling the crowd that 5-on-5 play was required for the War Games event. Initially, it appeared that Heyman remained faithful to Roman and his bloodline. There was no sign that he intended to join Solo's faction or betray Reigns. Rather, Heyman gestured toward the door, and CM Punk's music began to play. In a breathtaking display of unity, Punk appeared, siding with Roman Reigns and attacking Solo's bloodline, sending the fans into a frenzy. Following the tumultuous altercation, Heyman stood in the background as Roman Reigns and CM Punk faced battle in the ring. Heyman's smile made it clear that he was very happy about this new partnership. The topic of why CM Punk joined Roman's bloodline was brought up by this. Punk had previously expressed no desire to engage in conflict with Solo Sikoa or his group, and until now, there didn't seem to be any genuine hostility between him and the bloodline. It's crucial to examine the circumstances that led up to this point in order to see the logic behind this startling change of events. Heyman and CM Punk had a heated backstage argument on SmackDown back in June, prior to Heyman's departure. Heyman's call for Punk's assistance against Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline during this segment has raised questions about a potential future partnership between Punk and Reigns. But before things could get out of hand, Heyman was spared a potentially hazardous altercation by Cody Rhodes. It's evident that Heyman has been in touch with CM Punk behind the scenes, attempting to persuade him to assist Roman Reigns in his long conflict with Solo's bloodline. Given that he had been out of commission for a number of months, it became evident that Roman needed an ally, someone who could intervene and assist shift the tide in his favor after Reigns had endured multiple humiliating defeats and betrayals at the hands of Solo's faction. Heyman might have struck a deal with Punk in the weeks before SmackDown, when Reigns was having trouble assembling his War Games squad, and urged him to work with the Bloodline, if only temporarily, in order to develop an intriguing storyline for Survivor Series. Reigns was vulnerable because to his long-standing problems with Solo's bloodline and his recent reunions with his faction's founding members. The inclusion of Punk in the group helped to level the playing field and provide interest to the War Games contest. Roman Reigns, the original Bloodline members. and CM Punk were spotted posing together in the ring in a social media post that many fans missed. Reigns' faction was seen lifting their fingers in the air in the Bloodline's hallmark gesture. Punk, in turn, made his iconic go-to-sleep motion, suggesting that he was ready to get part in the action. The idea that Punk's partnership with the Bloodline was more than a one-time occurrence was only strengthened by this. The real stinger, though, is this: Roman Reigns is reportedly not overly excited about CM Punk joining his group. It seems that Reigns did not entirely agree with Punk's inclusion, even if he was recently involved in booking the Bloodline storylines. Sources claim that Triple H, WWE's chief of creative, had a crucial role in engineering Punk's comeback and absorption into the Bloodline, seeing it as a method to generate tremendous interest in the impending War Games match. According to reports, Triple H thinks that this action will result in a huge pay-per-view matchup between Reigns and Punk, possibly igniting their long-running rivalry. This feud has the potential to be explosive given their prior history, adding drama to WWE programming and setting the stage for a major, high-profile match at a future event. In conclusion, a number of dramatic events in WWE have been set in motion by Paul Heyman's startling comeback and the surprising partnership between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Punk's involvement has suddenly improved what began to be a catastrophic scenario for Reigns and his faction. But it's obvious that more than just a short-term collaboration is at work. WWE fans may anticipate that this plot will develop into something much more significant as tensions between Reigns and Punk increase and there may be power conflicts inside the Bloodline. Will this cause Reigns and Punk to go into a serious feud, or will they stay together for the time being? One thing is certain: this is only the start of a new chapter in WWE history, but only time will tell. WWE officially made some significant announcements regarding the highly anticipated Raw Netflix launch. January 6, 2025, has been confirmed as the premiere date. The Intuit Dome, LA's stunning new arena featuring the newest cutting-edge technology and an amazing environment, will host the live premiere. Therefore, that is a great choice for the venue that will host the inaugural Raw Netflix show. Travis Scott will be making a live appearance on the show, WWE also revealed. Although a performance was not confirmed, there had been rumors in recent weeks that Travis Scott will perform his new single, which WWE has been exclusively previewing and teasing. As of right now, they have just identified it as Travis Scott's live appearance for the Raw Netflix launch and have made no mention of him actually performing on Raw. Thus, it is possible that we will witness him in the ring live, and he will probably participate in some of the show's segments. Regarding the confirmed attendees from WWE's current roster, John Cena, Bianca Belair, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes are included in the new advertising materials for the Netflix premiere. That seems to be the only 4 names that are currently confirmed for the premiere. The duration of this Raw Netflix launch, as well as the duration of Raw on Netflix generally, is another significant point that seems to be up in the air. Triple H previously stated that they were still working it out and that he had no idea when questioned about the length of Raw Netflix. Raw will begin at its customary 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in Los Angeles, according to this recent announcement. However, they have not said whether Raw would continue to run for 2 hours or return to 3 hours. There is absolutely no word on that particular issue. Regarding Raw's duration on Netflix, there have been numerous conflicting stories. According to some accounts, it will take 2 hours, while others say it would take slightly more. According to some sources, Netflix's Raw will be much closer to 3 hours. Although we've heard a little bit of everything, no length has been verified. Fans are discussing and feeling that it should be a little more than 2 hours, particularly for the opening episode. Top performers from both companies are filling the card, including industry icons like John Cena and, as of late, Travis Scott. It appears that all that is purportedly planned and speculated for the premiere event will take longer than 2 hours. With this statement, many questions were addressed, but the length of the program is still unknown. Hopefully, that will be resolved soon.